The following is a work of fiction. The intent is to promote and publicize a work of American fiction. Similarities to real people, places, or events are entirely coincidental. Welcome in again, viewers. Back for another chapter. HENRI EDSON XIMENEZ on behalf of Conscious Publishing and the Shrimp Trawler channel. If you're wondering, a couple chapters ago I was walking down the street in Louis Armstrong Park and a car sped down the street, almost ran me over. I was kind of out of sorts. Out of sorts a little bit. But, and then I woke up and I found in my pocket, it had fallen on the floor. This is an Amtrak ticket stub from 1991 and a little letter here. And then next thing I know, I was in Chicago. And now I'm back at the cemetery. Well, actually not in New Orleans Cemetery. This is Mount Calvary Cemetery in Portland. And that's where we're going to do the next chapter of the book. HENRI EDSON XIMENEZ. Remember, we left off as he was strolling around Louis Armstrong Park looking for that statue of Louis. Couldn't find it. But he's moved on to the cemetery. And that is St. Louis Cemetery, #1. I hope it works. I hope I don't get run over by a car again. That was pretty scary. Hello, folks. Chapter 14 of HENRI EDSON XIMENEZ, St. Louis Cemetery, #1. Here we go. Whew. What was she doing? She could have run me over. Car. A close call that left you delirious for a few moments. A near miss. It is November 12, 1997, 4:37 p.m., Louis Armstrong Park. Check your shirt pocket. What the hell? No note. Check again. No baggage claim tag either. Damn. Further down the street, we can now see St. Louis Cemetery #1, one of many cemeteries where the dead are buried above ground. In open vaults, so many people are buried here, finding the walls of the cemetery to be their final resting place. Hundreds of people stuck in the walls, stuck in the middle with you. Burial in the ground was frequently a soggy affair, since much of the city lies below sea level. The wet, rotting corpses were believed to be responsible for outbreaks of a number of diseases, including dengue fever, typhoid, malaria, yellow fever. The cemeteries have been in use for over 200 years and are still being used today. Newer tombs are shiny marble. Some soar 20 to 30 feet high, with room for generations of family members plus elaborate reliefs. Older ones are decaying brick covered with plaster. In a few cases, these older tombs have been maintained through a perpetual trust, or they are restored through the efforts of local preservationists. Very often, the original graves have completely disintegrated, leaving only a stone slab, a pile of rubble and brick, and a rusting cross to mark the place where someone's loved one is buried. There's a tour going on, but stay far away for privacy. This is not a good place to visit at night either, because real-life ghouls can hide in the cemetery and wait for their unsuspecting prey to arrive. No one can see or hear your cries for help from the street. It's because the walls of this place are a dozen feet high. It is several hours until sunset, so it seems safe. You saunter by a tomb. It is 15 feet tall, 10 feet square. Sort of like this one. A black wrought iron fence surrounds it about waist high. Embedded into the marble where the casket would be is a cast iron face of a lion. As you slowly pan up, it is a statue of the Virgin Mary. However, the head of the statue has been destroyed. You recall seeing the same tomb in the motion picture Easy Rider. Near the end of the film, Captain America, Peter Fonda, placed his arm around the statue, obviously before the head was missing, and begins weeping. The captain didn't find what he was looking for. This is a rare and fantastic camera opportunity. Use a filter that gives it an aged quality. With Walkman and camcorder and using a slow pan, a recording of the old statue with a missing head. Nearby, a stone slab or the rubble that is left of a tomb, there are crumbled pieces of red brick and marble strewn about. Some of the smaller pieces have fallen off. They are just laying in the pathway of the cemetery. The name J. A. Rousseau is noted here. As you explore the stone slab, you see a single piece of marble, 6 inches long, 2 by 2 inches wide. Could be of alabaster, maybe marble, maybe not. More likely granite or limestone. It is laying at your feet. And is small enough to fit in your knapsack. Oh, and the tour group is gone. And there is nobody looking. I set this all up perfectly for you. So, do you want to take the brick or not? Yes? Are you sure you want to take that brick? Yes, you think so? Even if by taking the brick, you're basically desecrating a gravesite? I don't care, I want the goddamn brick. Well, so glad to see you discover a voice. All right, just so we're clear here, you remember, we've been through this many times before, and you just don't seem to remember. You cannot expect more from memory than this. You cannot expect more from memory than this. You cannot accept more from me than memory. You cannot accept more from me than memory. You now possess the brick. It is in your knapsack. The same knapsack that appears to be dripping. You hear the footsteps of the tour guide approaching. Dripping red. Red. That's not blood. Is it? Red again? Oh, did you know 1991 was also red? And the Minnesota Twins won the World Series, yada, yada, yada. Blood red. And that's chapter 14 of St. Louis Cemetery, number 1, out of HENRI EDSON XIMENEZ. Again, I want to thank Conscious Publishing and the Shrimp Trawler channel. Also, there's a link on Amazon. Pick up a copy if you can. We'd appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll have more of St. Louis Cemetery at the end of this video. We'll see you next week.